Good evening. Welcome to the Little League Southwest Regional in Waco, Texas. This is brought to you by Supreme Toyota in Hammond, Louisiana. Thanks to Kyle Goday, we're going to be doing all the behind scenes here at the Southwest Regional, bringing everything back to you guys at home. My name is Scott Frazier. I'm here with head coach Scott Ledet. So Scott, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
A couple of long days, travel day yesterday, and so why don't you explain a little bit about how your travel day was yesterday and all the activities that you guys did today?
Yeah, left at 5:30 in the morning, took 2 vans. Wasn't a bad drive, only made 3 stops. Bathroom twice, lunch. The boys were awesome the whole time. It was kind of playing that way, so when they got here, they'd be ready to go to bed, which by 9:30 they were out.
Yeah.
Then today was a long day, a lot of activities for the boys. It was opening ceremonies at 9 a.m. to where the boys get to see the field for the first time.
And how was that?
Oh, their faces said it all.
Yeah, the field's unbelievable here in Waco.
Then, some of the kids made the comments, "You don't get this in travel ball."
No, you don't.
No, that's what I told them.
What were the cameras and stuff set up?
Yeah, cameras all set up.
So they got to see all of that around the field.
Yeah.
And the cameras, by the way, are for national television.
Right?
Yeah, so.
ESPN. And then we had a challenger game, which is always awesome. And the boys got to actually participate in one inning. They got to hit with the team from Sugar Land. So when they ran the bases, our team got to run the bases with them, which is always cool. And there's some fast kids.
I saw a couple of cuts from the clips y'all took.
Yeah.
They were taking some hacks, and they were really fast.
Yeah, they were burning us on the bases. We couldn't keep up. And so, then when we got back to the hotel, we changed. We went to the famous Taco Bell for lunch.
Oh, wow.
Then we went hit. We went hit at D-Bats. I guess finally got some baseball work in.
Yeah.
Then we headed off to a luncheon at it's called Main Event, whatever it is. It's pretty much like a Dave and Buster's for kids, arcades.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And
they had food for us, and the boys got like 3 hours of free play, which we cut it out at 1:15. Everybody's kind of ready to go back.
Well, our first time here, which we stayed at this hotel, and it was in 2015, and we got to watch who we call Coach Dreads.
Yep.
So Andrew Solomon from Pearland, and we got to watch how they handled their business in 2015. And we learned from that and improved our visit in 2017, and then, of course, one in 2019. But I remember coming back here the first time, we made it here in 2015 and watching those guys and how they handled business. And it's a fine line between coming up here and having fun because they're kids, but by the same token, there's so much riding on the line.
We told them, on the our last practice, we said, look, you get an advance tomorrow, you deserve to go to Waco. You deserve it. You should be excited, but it's not the end of the book. There's still another chapter we're trying to go. We're trying to get to the Mecca.
Yeah.
And it's not a vacation. We're trying to win.
Right. Yeah. This is not a travel ball tournament to a World Series in Panama City.
Correct.
This is the real deal. So you were here with me in 2022. So now you're the guy.
Yeah.
All right, now you're the guy. How is it coming back now knowing you're the guy leading this team, back to the Southwest Regional?
It's, good feeling that we're here. I was able to be a head coach and get a team here. I was telling them, after the last couple of years with some tough losses, and I remember, when kind of the Eastbank season started, I had back of my mind, I was like, what if I never get back?
Yeah.
Always what if I never get back? Experiencing it in 22, even as an assistant, was awesome. Yeah. Awesome experience to play on that field. And I was explaining to a couple of the dads, one of my first memories was, I think it was 07, Salt Lake Charles, when he had Kenny Fontenot and those guys.
Yeah.
Just bombing balls out the stadium. And 15 years later, I was able to go to that same stadium.
Yeah.
And so, I wanted to get back here so bad.
Right.
And have another shot to get to the, Williamsport.
Yeah. So your road here was a difficult one. We have a very difficult district, and you guys went undefeated. Well, you didn't go undefeated. You lost the game. They had to beat you twice, so you lose in the last inning to Ascension 6-5, and then you win the championship game, and then in state you lose the second game, and then have to win 5 in a row. So not only does that say a whole bunch about you and your coaches, but it says a lot about your kids and how much fight they have in them and how much resiliency they have. And how much is that going to help you guys here, being that you had to fight your way through, so now you're battle tested, ready to go here in Waco?
It's going to help us out a lot. Something we always talk about is this group of kids. They just love playing baseball. They love playing for each other. And I think more importantly, they believe in each other. They believe in us. And so, they face adversity twice. Lose the Ascension by 1-run walk-off, and it was just like, we'll give them next game. And sure enough, we did. Then I was telling ESPN today, after we lost to Lafayette, we were talking about with the kids, look, a basket against the wall, we win 5 in a row. And I was telling them how there was a couple of kids kind of was like, so what, coach? We'll win 5. It's not that big of a deal. And just stuff like that says a lot about the team, and go towards being battle tested. There's a few teams here that hasn't played as many games as we did.
Right.
And so we know these kids better than anyone. We know what they can do by now. We know we have a good lineup. We have a good idea about pitching.
Yep.
And we know what kids to bring in different situations. We know what kids we can start. And it goes a long way in a tournament like this because everybody's good. Everybody has guys. Everybody's good. It's a little bit of coaching strategy with the pitching and stuff like that, but also having teams who believe and teams who's facing adversity before. This goes a long way because you're going to face some type of adversity this week.
Absolutely you will. It's easy for people to look back at the 2019 team and say, they went on this run after they lost against Hawaii, and then we had a couple of 10-run rule games in there, and then eventually shut out Curacao in the championship game. This wasn't easy here in the Southwest Regional, and people they lose what we really had to go through here. For instance, in our second game, we play in Post Oak out of Houston. We're winning 2-1 in the 6th inning with 2 outs before Connor Peratt hits a 2-run home run to win the game 4-1. And then the next game, when we play Midland in the winter bracket game, it's 5-5 in the 6th, 1st and 3rd. Yeah. And we put some pressure on Midland, and they make an error, and then we ended up scoring the winning run to win 6-5. And the championship game was 3-2 in the 5th when Gavin Berry hits a 1-out, 2 RBI double, and we ended up winning 6-2. But all 3 of those games could have went easily either way. So it's hard, and you better learn how to be able to fight through adversity to get there. So speaking about adversity, I wanted to touch base with this. And, for you guys at home that don't know what Scott has been through, you recently had a kidney transplant. When did that problem, your kidney issues, start?
I was born with it. It was a genetic kidney disease. So I've been dealing with it, for my whole life, ever since I was a kid. And it was fine until a couple of years ago when I went in kidney failure. Both my kidneys completely cooked, as the kids would say. And so it also caused my heart to fail as well because my kidneys wasn't filtering anything. And so all that toxic stuff was going into my body, into my heart. And so that happened about really sick a couple of years ago.
So you want to talk about adversity and overcoming adversity. When you were here with me in 2022, and in that journey that year, when we went to Lafayette for state, you had to find a place
23.
No, when we came here in 2022. Oh, you didn't have to deal with it. No. It was in 23. Okay, so in 23, when we went to Lafayette, you had to find a place to do dialysis in Lafayette. What I'm thinking, if we would have made it here, you'd have to find a place in Waco. So let's fast forward now to the news you got from your buddy.
Yeah, so I've been doing dialysis since April of 2023. And so, lucky enough, I only went 3 months in the clinic. I was able to do home dialysis for, almost 2 years, which was a big help because, when we went to Lafayette last year, I was able to do it inside my hotel room. So I didn't have to, go somewhere.
Yeah.
So it was a big play. But so it was November. I went to my buddy's house. And
your buddy?
Jason LeBlanc.
Jason LeBlanc.
Him and his
wife. He went to Shaw with you?
Yeah, went to Shaw with me. We were best friends since we were 4.
Okay.
And so him and his wife told me that he was a match and they would give me a kidney and it was going to be on this date.
Now, so with that, he had gone and got tested like 6 or 8 months prior to that, right?
Yeah.
And why did he have to wait that long to tell you?
Because I wasn't cleared. So a lot of people don't know this. I was actually rejected from the transplant. Oxygen rejected me because you have to be a certain health. I wasn't healthy enough to go through a transplant. So they actually rejected me and I had to reapply a couple months later, and they didn't accept me into the program. And so when he got tested in a match, I still wasn't cleared because my heart was so bad. I wouldn't survive a surgery, like going under. So I had to wait until my heart got a certain level. Then in early part of November, I got to that level. And so that's when the auctioneer called him to let him know, to see if he still wanted to give a kidney, which he said yes. And so that's how it kind of transpired.
And then, of course, you know, we've seen the video, comes to your house.
Yeah.
And
No, he kind of gave me these little tickets. I didn't even know what they were, you know. And so, yeah, it was a pretty cool moment, you know. Yeah.
Pretty emotional. So y'all go through the transplant.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. You know, I mean, you know, it was two major surgeries, me and him.
And it's not just about him.
Yeah.
He's married.
He's married, correct.
So his wife had to be on board too.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big family, so the whole family had to be on board. Like I said, I've been knowing him and his family for 25 years. And his wife, I've been knowing her for probably 20, 21 years. And so I think his whole family was no doubt about it. Like it was happening and stuff like that, which I appreciate the whole family. Because obviously concerns, obviously things can happen. And people don't realize either, like he has one kidney now. And so if something happens, you know, a crazy event or circumstance, you know, he would have to go through what I went through. You know, and, you know, I remember him saying it doesn't matter, you know.
So with the surgery, obviously everything was a success.
Yeah, everything was good. You know, the first couple of months pretty tough, but Oxygen said I was like pretty ideal patient. You know, wasn't no problem. There was a few hiccups here and there, but really good. Then I pretty much cleared to do a lot of things. And obviously that one big plane thing about to get cleared on. So
so you told me after or right around, I think when y'all won state seems like a while ago, but it was only last week in Lafayette. And you told me that you're cleared to fly on August 5th. And I didn't realize you had to wait 6 months.
Yeah, because just me taking the medicine, weakening my immune system, they want me in the airport for the first 6 months. And so
I was in the airport today.
Yeah.
For good reason.
Yeah, no. And it was funny because like trial ball went to Dallas, and it was like 4 months in, and they were like, absolutely not, you know, 6 months. And so just coincidence, like where it falls, you know, if we happen to win this, we will leave, I think, to like the 7th, you know, and so, you know, it kind of works out.
If you believe in signs.
Yeah.
All right. You two guys, come on and jump in. We'll just keep it rolling. Come on, Ian. Y'all grab a chair and just come sit here. I don't know how wide our angle is, but at least squeeze in over here, Ian. Let them squeeze in. You stay right there, and y'all get right here. Make sure we all still in the frame. We're good. All right. So you came and watched us play in 22. Yes. This is assistant coach Ian Aguilar and assistant coach Alex Lagasse. Obviously, you won the arm wrestling contest against Cole Strumbo.
I made it.
All right, well, you made it. So Cole Strumbo was the other coach. Unfortunately, Cole now has a grown-up job, and so he wasn't able to make it. Who just graduated from Southeastern, who was also helping coach on the team, and he was on our first team that we've ever had at Eastbank, so that's pretty special. Alex, his father, Billy, and I grew up together our whole lives, you know, so it's pretty special. And Alex played.
Uncle Scott right there.
Uncle Scott, that's right. So you've been here before. So you've seen this, the field, you've seen this facility, the hotel, the whole 9 yards. So at least you have some familiar. You're somewhat familiar with all of this. So what is it like being back here as a coach? And leave it about right there.
In 2022 was really cool to come here as a fan, just supporting these two. But coming here as a coach, it's special. We have a special group of boys, special group of coaches. It's been awesome.
All right, pass it over to this guy. So this is your first time here.
Yep.
Now you're just getting done playing college ball. Let me borrow yours here. I'm sorry. You just got done playing college ball at Delgado, so now you're on the other side. You're on the Joe Sherman side of the fence now.
Yep.
So how is it, you coming to this facility, never been here before?
I mean, it was pretty special. I mean, I remember when I was 10 years old and I found the pamphlet. I mean, I know you and my dad have known each other forever and everything, but I was at St. Francis and I remember seeing the pamphlet for the first time, and I showed it to my mom, and then that's when we got in touch, and I was like, oh, I can't go to Waco. And I was 10, so obviously I wasn't going to make the team that year, but I played all the way, made the All-Star team 10-year-old year, 11-year-old year, didn't make it 12-year-old year, but they went to Waco. And that added the extra motivation, and I knew I had a sign that one day I would definitely be here in some significant role or fashion.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Yeah.
I remember, today, the team we stayed kind of around the third base line today, but I remember I kind of went by myself up to the stands, and I just saw the field, and I was like, something special is about to happen. I don't know what it is, but I got a good feeling about it this week.
Well, that's good to hear, Alex. Now, I will tell you all this, and it was always like our goal, because this is all we knew was Waco, right? So we made it here 2015, 2017, 2019, and then 2022, and now here we're back again at 2025. But it seems like it was more than that. But for the 2 years, 2015, 2017, this was all we knew. So there was the goal in 2019 to make it to Waco and then just see what happens. Well, when you see what happens and you get to that next step, as awesome as this is, you guys have no idea what the next step's about. Yep. Why don't you talk a little bit about these two guys being a part of your staff, bringing everything together with these kids, and y'all are really, matter of fact, y'all probably the youngest coaching staff in all 50, out of all 50 state championship teams. I guess DC would be considered one too. So it's 51 state championship teams. Y'all have to be the youngest staff, number one.
100%. I mean, 2 29-year-olds and a 20-year-old.
And y'all coaching, we have 4 11-year-olds on the team. Yeah, that's a pretty young team.
Yeah.
But talk about these two fellas and what they mean to you, and also Cole and what he brought to the table too.
Yeah, I mean, me and Ian been knowing each other for 17 years.
Since we were 12 years old.
Since we were 12 years old, been playing, and we started coaching travel ball 8 years ago. Shout out to Coach Frank and his son JJ, and we just know each other. He knows what I expect of him. He knows everything I do, and what I like, what I don't like, and stuff like that.
Is one of the things you don't like him driving a van without headlights on?
Yeah, and for the record, I was yelling at him, turning headlights on. Him and Alex just looking at me like shaking their head. So when I left, I thought they were turning them on.
But you good? You ready to go?
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're all about saving the planet and energy, and the sun was coming up soon anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I mean, like just us two being from the West Bank. I mean, it's 20, 25 minutes to practice every day, and it's no question about it. He's gonna be there and stuff like that, and he really cares about the boys, and he wants us to succeed, which is what you want. Like Ass here, I coached him when he was an 8th grader at Rummel.
Yep.
I told him the other day, the first time I saw him, big curly head kid, like at tryouts. And
we used to call him Baconator, by the way.
Yeah, they don't call me that anymore.
But no, and I was actually telling ESPN today. I said, just got finished playing ball. He was a big addition, just being young. I remember I was 20 years old. How much better I can connect with the kids. I'm still young, connect with them, but I am getting a little older. So it's nice to have a younger guy there to connect with the kids and also be that third guy, do all the stuff I don't want to do, like and like carry the kids' phones everywhere. But no, it means a lot. We always stayed in contact, even when I stopped coaching them. Every time we had a scrimmage game with the Aces, I always called him up, even though he was a year older. Yep. He was always my first phone call. I just loved him. I loved the family, and really just wanted him to have everything. I had a lot of respect for him. Always be one of my favorite players. So it was a chance to coach with me. It was no doubt, and stuff like that. And these two guys are awesome. We wouldn't be here without them.
Cole.
And Cole Strumbo. I mean, I don't know where I even start. How big help he's been. None three of us played outfield, and so he really developed a lot of outfielders. I know I mentioned it in the last interview with Ren Surkoff. Yeah. I mean, he developed him into a really good outfielder and elevated guys like Marley Pettit, Jace Ford, and Spencer Curl, who really don't play much outfield. And me and Cole Strom had talked the first day. I said, I need Spencer Curl to be freaking the best in the field in the country. And Spencer Curl is probably one of the best in the field in the country right now. And it was just because Spencer Curl was fast. But now he's taking angles. He knows how to turn his body and stuff like that. And I see Cole Strumbo working every day, doing these drills with the kids, drills that I wouldn't even imagine to do. Yeah. And he's been awesome. And as well as bunting, he shows new technique to how to bunt, and it's really elevated our bunting game and stuff like that.
All right, so here we are, the night before the first game, and we're going to open up with Mississippi, Starkville, Mississippi tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It's on ESPN+. Yeah. There's 2 games before y'all that I think we're all interested in watching and scouting and seeing what they're about. But so here we are, night before. Who knows what the tournament's going to bring? I think you guys, like we talked about earlier, battle tested, ready to go. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It was cool for me 20 minutes ago driving back into town, being back in Waco, and it's interesting being back in this capacity. Yeah. But it's fun for me too, and I'm still a part of everything, and it was fun during state. Equally as stressful, by the way, sitting up there, and doing the game with live stream, and because you have no control over nothing, but a lot of fun. Todd and I, did that and had a lot of fun. But looking forward to this, and so we'll be back tomorrow morning. Maybe we'll grab a couple of kids or something like that tomorrow morning, and then we'll post another thing. But we'll get this one out tonight. And so, once again, this is all brought to us by Supreme Toyota in Hammond. And these are going to be the Little League Southwest Regional behind the scenes. And we're going to do this all week, and hopefully until we win this thing on Tuesday night.
Yeah, hopefully till we're doing a celebratorial Wednesday podcast in the morning.
Sounds good to me. All right, see you tomorrow morning.